back to my channel. My name is Becca and today I'm very excited because we are going to do a cooking with me video or a meal prep with me video. Now for anyone who doesn't know, I've been on a bit of a weight loss journey, but it's really more of a lifestyle change kind of journey on just eating better, being more mindful, being intuitive, and in turn with that, I have lost weight. So that is kind of the background on this. So I meal prep every single week for my fiance and he goes out and works, and I just try to stay on eating proper portions and healthier and all of that fun stuff so we don't go eat out. So today, we're gonna do a cook slash meal prep with me on some burrito bowls. These burrito bowls are awesome. They'll last all week long, so we'll probably eat them, between the two of us, we'll probably eat them maybe up to 3 times each. I will be sure to include everything, of course, that I use. I'm gonna show you how I make it, and then I will show you how I divide up everything into the Tupperwares for the meal prep part, so you can see what serving sizes I use for everything and then how I calculate those calories for everything as well. So let's get right into it. We're gonna make some burrito bowls. Alright, as y'all can see, there's tons of stuff here in front of me, but I wanted to get all of my ingredients and stuff out here before I start the rest of the cooking. So first, we're gonna start out with the stuff that I'll probably just put away for now. But I always have some different types of toppings to make it really just taste better and be more fun. So we always have some salsa. This is the Jack's Special Salsa. Honestly, I'll put like a tablespoon of it on top of my burrito bowl at the end, as you'll see when I show you the actual burrito bowl. But it's literally like 10 calories. There's nothing bad about salsa. So this is always a good option to have on hand. For my fiance, I will put just a tiny bit of this Gordo's cheese dip, which is a queso. Let's see what we can find here. For 2 tablespoons, it is 70 calories. So when you're adding that kind of cheese and stuff, this is gonna add a lot. I'm not gonna personally do it in my meal prep, but it is an option for any of you guys out there who aren't necessarily looking to really cut the calories out. And then of course I have an avocado. I always put avocado on top of my burrito bowls just to add a little extra flavor and fun. I love me some avocado. So these are some of my toppings that I will have, as well as this cheese, but I actually am gonna cook this in, which you will see as I do it. But a 1/4 cup is 100 calories. So I will let you guys know how much I'm putting in so you know how to divide up all of the stuff with serving sizes and calories in the end of the video. After that, we also have some corn right here, which I'm gonna be adding in when I cook. I also have some other vegetables that are going to be added in when I cook. There's red bell pepper, orange bell pepper, there is 1 jalapeno, and there is also 1 white onion, all in here that's going to get added into my ground turkey. After that, in this big bowl, you can see right here, I actually kind of put the spices in it earlier so it would marinate a little bit in a way, but this is my ground turkey. I'm going to use ground turkey for my bowls instead of chicken today, just because that's what I'm feeling like, but I always make sure I get at least 90% lean ground turkey. It just makes it healthier, it's gonna make it less calories, it's gonna make it better for you in general. So I think this is 90% lean, but I at least do that if not 95%. But I have a bunch of spices in here, which I will share with you guys quickly before we start cooking. But I have chili powder. I always have a ton of chili powder to flavor it up. I also add in garlic powder. I am gonna add cilantro in, but this is not until the end, so I will show you that when I add everything. There's paprika, I do onion powder, I do some minced garlic. This is some cumin right here. I do regular salt and pepper, and then of course some cayenne pepper. So a lot of seasonings go into stuff like this, but that is how I find it's the best way to cook a healthier meal, because you can have so much flavor without having to add in a ton of things like oils and stuff. And lastly, right here in this pot, I already made my rice that is gonna go into the meal prep. I did white rice. You can of course do brown. I usually would, but I just went for white rice this time. And basically all I did to cook it is I put in all of the rice into a pot with some water instead of oil, because I don't like to use oil when I don't have to, but I put it in with a little bit of water, and then I put in the minced garlic, and I kind of stirred that around until it got brown, and then I added in the water, brought it to a boil, let it all cook up and get fluffy, and then I added in cilantro, and that just kind of gives it a little bit more of that Mexican flavor as we're going into making burrito bowls with this rice, of course. So I will share the serving sizes of this rice with the calories and all of that stuff at the end of the video, so you know individually what the calories and serving sizes are, but also what the full meal prep calories will be for one meal. All right, so those are all of the ingredients and stuff we're gonna use, and let's get to cooking up these burrito bowls. All right, so we are gonna start out and make the vegetables first. So in here, of course, we have a red bell pepper, an orange bell pepper, one jalapeno, and then a white onion. So I'm gonna cook all of this stuff up. Instead of using oil, I'm gonna use water. You can also use some sort of chicken broth or beef broth. That adds a lot of good flavor as well. But I'm just gonna cook these up with some salt and pepper. And after I make the ground turkey, I'll add them back in so they will pretty much get flavored from the ground turkey in the end. So these are all gonna go on here quick. I'm gonna cook them until they get nice and browned, and then I will take them off and do the turkey, and then add them all back in together in the end. I'm actually gonna add a little bit of minced garlic just because I can't help myself. It's gonna bring a really good flavor to them. So I'm gonna add those in as well, and then pretty much just saute these up until they get nice and brown. Alright, it is all cooked up pretty nicely, so I'm just going to turn down the stove and put this onto a plate, and then we're going to start on the ground turkey portion. Alright, so moving on, we have the ground turkey right in here. For the record, this is 16 ounces personally, so that is what's going to factor into all of my calorie and serving size information at the end. But I will make sure to put everything in the description as well. But we are just going to start putting all of this on here and crushing it up, and I am going to add in all of my spices all over again, so I will show you guys that in just a moment as well. Like I said, this was all kind of marinating since this morning in the spices, but I like to do it again just to give it that extra flavor and really get the taste. So the first one I'm going to do is some cumin on there, and I really don't measure it. I do it to the taste that I know I enjoy. I'll add a little bit more of the minced garlic, some more salt and pepper, some cayenne pepper, some paprika, some onion powder, some garlic powder, and of course some chili powder. Alright, as you can see, it is getting nice and brown, so I'm going to add those vegetables back in here quick so they can cook together. Alright, so now I'm going to add in my corn, as we see right here. I forgot how much exactly this is, but I will mention it in the end when I calculate everything. And I'm going to add half a cup of shredded cheese on top. You can do more or less, but half a cup is how I'm going to calculate into my meal prep. You can always add more every time you heat it up if you want some more cheese on it, but half a cup is what I'm going to start out with in the main recipe. Alright y'all, so now that it is all cooked, we are going to get to the calories of the whole thing and how I meal prep this. So, I have it all calculated right here, but based on the ingredients I use, which I will also make sure that I list below in a blog post just so you know the exact ingredients again, all of this adds up between all of the turkey I use, the cheese, corn, bell peppers, jalapeno, and onion. All of those are going to add up to 1,361 calories in that big skillet. And then of course we have the white rice. The white rice is going to add 150 calories per serving, and we're only going to do a serving of that because you don't need more anyway. So that is how it is, and you can of course divide it up into the calories and servings however you want to from there, but the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to make this about 490 calories for a meal. Now that is amazing for a lunch. That is also good for a dinner, and honestly it's actually lower than your calories should be for dinner, but this is just something that's going to keep it healthier and lower calorie and really allow you to eat a lot more and be satiated. The way I'm going to prep it, I will show you right here, but basically I put it into Tupperwares just like this, and I'm also going to make some for myself, so I will share with you guys how I eat it, of course. But I have a plain Tupperware right here. We are going to do 1 serving of the white cilantro rice that I made, and basically 1 serving of that is 3/4 cup. 3/4 of a cup here of the white rice, and I'm just going to pop that in there and fluff it up on the bottom. And now we have our big old skillet full of the actual burrito bowl part, which of course is our ground turkey, the peppers, the onion. It smells amazing. And we're actually gonna add a little bit of cilantro over top just because I think it adds a really good flavor to a Mexican dish as well. So I'm gonna add that kind of to garnish on the top of it. But basically what I'm gonna do is 1/2 cup, which is 4 ounces. And the way that I did this was for the turkey that I got, it is 230 calories for 1/2 cup of it, which essentially would be around the 4-ounce area. So I'm gonna stick to that 4 ounces and include those other items that are all cooked up in here. So basically the way I did this was I did this entire recipe, which I already shared the calories for that, of course, and I'm pretty much dividing it all into 4. Nice and good into 1/2 cup right here, and just pour that over top. And that is basically how I'm gonna meal prep all of this. I did it all exactly the same. I'll do 3/4 cup of rice and 1/2 cup of the filling on top, and then you add the fun stuff that you can always add the calories for. If you wanna add some salsa, it's literally like 10 calories. I would totally recommend salsa. Adding a little hot sauce is amazing. You could always add a little extra shredded cheese or some queso on top just to give a little extra on that flavoring. But this is just such an easy meal prep. You can eat it for up to like 5 days. That's what we usually do. And it's so good and so filling. It is gonna keep you super full whether you're eating it for lunch or dinner, and you can always dress it up with all kinds of fun stuff like salsa. So this is what my meal prep is gonna look like. All right, y'all, and this is what I have prepped up. We have the meal prep for our lunches, of course, right here. And then, of course, I have dinner for my fiance tonight because he'll eat that when he gets home. But these are for our next couple lunches right here. Super good. And then I actually also have a little bit extra. This could be a whole nother lunch, or I might add it into something else. So we'll see. That's just my leftover right there. But that is our burrito bowl meal prep. Alright, y'all, so I finished my meal prep and I'm going to eat my own dinner, which of course is the meal prep that I just made, because usually when I meal prep, my dinner the night that I meal prep is going to be what I just made. So I have my burrito bowl here. This is what it looks like. It looks so good to me because I love me some Mexican food. So as you can see here, I have my serving of the white rice. I have my turkey and the peppers and stuff, and then on top I added 1 tablespoon of queso, 2 tablespoons of salsa, and of course I did some hot sauce because that is 0 calorie and it adds so much amazing flavor to it. So without the toppings, which would just be the queso and the salsa that I added, this is about 490 calories, but adding those on, this adds up to about 535, and that is really, really good for a dinner. It also is good for a lunch too, though, depending on how you do your calories. So this is a really good way to have something that when you go to somewhere like Moe's or something, this is going to be like 1,000 calories. This literally, you can do under 500 calories every single time. It is going to fill you up so well. And honestly, it's just doing cleaner ingredients and cooking a little bit better than the restaurants. All right, I hope y'all enjoyed doing this little meal prep with me video. I really enjoy meal prepping. It works for me. It really just gives me the ability to not eat out. It makes it so I always have something at home to eat that is usually made in a cleaner way, that is a little bit healthier, that is better on calories, and it really just helps with living a healthier lifestyle, but it also helps with losing weight. I cannot deny that. But this is so fun because these burrito bowls are still gonna aid in that weight loss process. It also is amazing because you're actually going to be full, and that's a big thing for me. Is it's not about restricting your diet in any way. You're supposed to be full, you're supposed to be satiated, but you're filling your body with better things and having more fun. So I hope you guys enjoyed this little meal prep video. Let me know if you make this. It's so good. So I hope you do, but please like this video if you enjoyed it. Also comment down below and let me know if you want to see other meal prep with me videos or cooking videos or anything like that, because I find it super fun. And I hope you subscribe, of course. I usually post around every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. I do beauty and lifestyle and fun stuff like that. So I would love to have you here for all of that, and I'll see you guys in my next video.